Let's see, wouldn't Cadence plus Batgun give you infinite seeking bats? Maybe? Do I want to go Abby or Lilith with Batgun? Let's do Lilith with Batgun. Because Lilith benefits, and I haven't actually done a Lilith Batgun run yet. So is this early access or no? Yes, it is, I think. It might not be, but it would be weird. I don't want to say it would be foolish for the developer not to run it early access, at least for a little while. Not necessarily because it needs to have more content, but it definitely feels like this has the potential for more. Yeah, so the piercing shots, they do go away after a certain amount of time, I think. But they will stick around and bully something for a little bit. It's still very good. And kind of exactly what this character needed. Let's see. Friendly ghost. Friendly ghost. DM ghost friend. Let's see. Submitting a clip gets auto-deleted. Unfortunately, I have... Let's see. Do we want to go with this? No. Actually, I think we want haste. Unfortunately, I have links locked down a little bit. Because I was getting a bunch of porn bots for a couple of years. And so if you're not a regular, it'll get spam listed. That said, I've got the clip, so you don't need to worry about it too much. And a moderator can, reshare it for you as well. It's dire on the internet not having link protection on, which is really frustrating from a Twitch perspective. Like, I wish I could greenlist? I wish I could whitelist, that's it. I wish I could whitelist Twitch links. You know, it's just like, hey, this is a clip, don't spam protection that one. But no, then you get a bunch of Twitch clips from, like, porn bots or, you know, just boob streamers that are like, check out this clip, and it's just them. Never underestimate the internet's commitment to ruining a good thing in the name of profit. Or somebody's profit. Because I remember there was a period of time where there were cam streamers actively trying to advertise harder. Let's see, do I want blazing speed? Not really. Do rapid fire. I think the ice might not be a better idea. I feel like that isn't just an internet thing. It's true, but the internet has bots. You know, in real life, you can only do so much quantity before you just literally cannot do it. You don't have enough manpower or production quality or anything like that. The internet, all you need is just a sophisticated, you know, set of scripts, and you can almost just... do we grab light weaponry? We might as well, we need the extra damage. You know, all you need is the right, like, hardware, scripts, and some other stuff, and you can really ruin somebody's day for a while. Robocalls. Yeah, but even then, like, robocalls, you can just disconnect the phone. Like, I get it, robocalls are probably the closest, real-life analog, and even then, most robocalls are because of the internet, rather than anything else-ish. Yeah, I'm sure I could look into it and figure out how to whitelist it better. It's such a rare problem to have that I just don't bother, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Like, I could, but eh. Especially because the place where I want clips to show up are actually on Discord, if people feel like posting them there. Because with Discord, I can refer to them later. With Twitch, I kind of forget about them. The Twitch clips page is rough. Do I want to do rubber bullets? Kind of, yeah, actually. Because having them bounce effectively doubles my damage output. Here we have rubber bats. I mean, look. Wait. Oh, shoot. There's an enemy there. Are there any electrical Batman villains? Because I know they have Mr. Freeze. And they have Poison Ivy. But I can't think of, off the top of my head, an electrical villain or a fire villain as much. I'm sure they exist, but I think they exist more for other heroes in the DC universe. Probably, I think. Oh, I should probably make sure I kill this boss. There we go. Yeah, because if I don't kill the boss and then the other boss spawns, then I'm in trouble. Extra movement speed for a second when an enemy is killed. Sure. Do I bother with Dragon Egg? Yeah, we'll get Dragon Egg. It's not really that good. Like, I like the idea of it. Batman has a series where there's a dude that thinks he's Zeus. Huh. Haven't heard of that one. Okay. Do I want to do Splinter or Fanfire? Or Light Bullets? Let's go for Light Bullets. But what we need most... it's probably movement speed? And also the thing that lets me shoot behind myself. Because that one's even better. Okay, I do not actually want to risk taking damage here, so I gotta be kind of careful. Not like too careful, but kind of careful. Ow! Shit. Unfortunately, I'm a little reliant on these bats actually hitting the right thing. Split fire. I'll get healing in a little while. My shield should show up soon enough. Unless taking damage resets the timer. Nope, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's just... unfortunately, there is a slight ring of darkness around me that enemies can hide in, and there's just enough other stuff flying around. It's legitimately a little difficult for me to actually hit him. Okay, we're good. Let's see. Sure. I'm gonna need some reload rate. And some other stuff. Okay. We're kinda good. Let's see. Do I want Insync? No. Let's go Frost Mage. Some CC here would go damn well. What I want is the, rotational reload thing. Whenever I reload, I fire out a bunch of stuff. That actually would probably help the most. This gun good with fire damage. Every gun is good with fire damage. I was just kind of hoping not to go too hard on elements today. It's probably inevitable that I will. Let's see, fine. There we go. Certainly an awkward run. Not terrible, just a little awkward. The tornado version of this was much more effective, but that's because I was very single-minded. This one's a little bit more spread out. And doesn't fire as fast. Is he running gun? No, let's grab Vitality, just so I'm not on death's door. So magnet range might also be a really good idea. Ow, what? Ah, God damn it. Unfortunately, I don't have the coverage that the last couple runs did, so it's very easy for, like, one enemy to sneak up on me. And I can't do as much about it. Especially during the fairly lengthy reload period that I'm kind of dealing with. Well, there's the shield. No longer on death's door. Okay, when shooting your last ammo, fire 10 bullets around you. Perfect. I'll keep him at bay. There we go. Get whirl. Come on, man. Don't make me tap the sign. Let's see. Do we want to grab Splinter? It's not great. No, we should grab Frostbite. I've got a very low tolerance for people backseating me this week. And that's not likely to change. There it is. Took it long enough for this one to show up. I guess we didn't get butt fire that long ago. But now we've doubled our fire rate, which means hella bats. They don't necessarily do that much damage, but they don't need to. They just need to be extensive. Let's grab magnetism, because we need it pretty bad. Okay. Grab all of this and just kind of squeak through. Let's see. Do I want to do watch and learn for the vision range? I could become giant. But no, let's go for the pickup range, because we need it. Oh, then some reload wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, yesterday I'd done a video on Isle of Arrows, which is a... Let's see, do we want to do recharge? Let's do recharge. Did a video on Isle of Arrows, which is like a puzzle board game tower defense. It's really good, I like it a lot, but I guess I made a bunch of unforgivable errors, and I had a bunch of people get really, really snappy at me because I wasn't doing it right, so I more or less said like, hey, you know, cool it on the back seating, it's not really appreciated. So somebody actually got so mad because I said like, hey, knock it off. They came to my Discord and started yelling at a bunch of other people because I guess I'm not man enough or something to take advice properly on the internet. I don't know. It was stupid. But now at this point I'm just kind of like... I have a low tolerance for bullshit in general, but very low tolerance for people that try and tell me like, you need to be this. And it's like, no I don't. I don't need to be anything. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm not going to listen to some random person on the internet tell me, you know, who I should be. And so it, I guess whenever stuff like that happens, I very quickly kind of turn into that, how would I describe it? The, like, kind of petulant child mode where you're just like, you know, if somebody tells you, like, don't do a thing, and you think to yourself, no. You kind of stick in that mode for a while, maybe? At least I do. And so, like, then other people start echoing and I'm like, well, I guess you're all just the same. And then I get extra banny. Let's get the reload rate. Perfect. But I think it's always been kind of that same vein as, honestly, get good, which is another one of my, like, kind of one of those, like, I don't want to call them toxic suppressive phrases, where, you know, just get over it, man, is effectively the root. Okay, so this might be a bit dicey. We don't have the damage that we've had in the past. And so I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. Because, yeah, we haven't killed half the worms around us either. Yeah, Shatter. Shatter is the perk that I think I really need to do well here. But we'll see what happens. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Oh shit, Reaper rounds would be incredible. I should figure out what I need for those. Synergies. What do I need for Reaper rounds? Oh, Reaper rounds plus light bullets. That's what it is. I have neither of those. That might actually be too late. That's a shame. Because yeah, death rounds would just add 10 flat damage to my bats. Was just a prank, man. Yeah, that's another one. Or, you know, no offense, but, or just kidding. Summon damage, summon attack speed. Hell yeah. But I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of people that always kind of go with they rely on phrases like that to tell you that your feelings aren't valid. You know, stay in your lane and a bunch of other things. And there's got to be a German word for this, where it's specifically denigrating a person in order to make them feel instead of winning via like facts and logic or a well-reasoned argument, it's instead just winning an argument via abuse in some way, shape, or form. Let's see. I don't really want any of these. I mean, there's kind of excitement, which isn't terrible. Let's go with this. Gaslighting is kind of the term. Gaslighting is lying to a person and making them feel like their feelings aren't valid, or that, you know, their perception of reality is wrong. So, specifically saying, gaslighting would be like telling somebody, you know, maybe saying something horrible to their face, and then when they get upset about it, you say, I didn't say that, what are you talking about? And then really sticking to your guns on that. That's more gaslighting. I think, nowadays on online discourse, it's kind of, it's kind of evolved to be more of a catch-all term, which is not great. I mean, an easy one, would be people claiming that, you know, January 6th in the US, was actually, you know, a bunch of left-wing protesters with Antifa and whatnot. And it's like, no. And anybody that is actively saying that is just trying to gaslight you. They might not know, because they're just, you know, just as deep in the drink, but it's still there, and it's still it's still real? I don't know. But presenting kind of this alternative reality to make you question your own perception and judgment. Do I even bother with Aged Dragon at this point? I think it's too late. Let's not bother. Let's see, Schadenfreude after the person is upset. Well, Schadenfreude is just, pleasure of watching somebody else's misfortune, usually in a justified manner. Kind of vengeance. Let's see, it's not right either. The person gaslighting has to understand they're doing it. I don't think so at this point. I think it would be valid to share misinformation vehemently and still be gaslighting. It's kind of different, but it's still the same kind of action. They do, it's in the definition. I don't know. I think I would still maintain, from my own personal perspective, that I'd still call it gaslighting. Kind of like, how many of you guys, when you were kids, if you were my age, vehemently maintained that Sonic the Hedgehog was secretly in Smash Brothers Melee? Because my entire school was convinced. No one knew. Everybody was wrong. But we had all collectively gaslit each other into believing that it was true. And we were so deep in the drink that, you know, it just was truth for us, and we were constantly trying to figure it out. Maybe there's a better word for it, but that one feels like it has to be still actually gaslighting. Bullet damage? Yeah, sure. Let's go with Tome of Elasticity. I was hoping to get the one that would make it so I'd have, more summon damage, but oh well. Oh, that's the Mandela effect. Is it? Because the Mandela effect is a collective delusion. That you all think something happened, but it didn't. Whereas, I'm more talking about, like, people actively convincing themselves and others that it happened and it didn't, rather than just thinking it happened. If that makes sense. I don't know. Psychology is weird and I'm probably wrong. I just think about, I know a couple of people, specifically who are so deep in, like, the, well, let's go with the Fox News, mythos, that they don't know what is real anymore. But they will still actively push, you know, the, you know, whatever the narrative's being pushed by that hell channel. Because they legitimately believe it. Because they think it's true. And I don't think that's the Mandela effect. Let's see. Some damage up, and summons an extra spirit when enemies are killed. Rad! That's gonna be pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get Shatter, even though that would probably be the best here. But this is still a pretty good run. It does seem like a lot of the runs revolve heavily around just massive bullet saturation. I really want to do a run at some point where you go all in on one projectile and somehow be enough, but I don't think this game currently supports that kind of design. So do we want to do summon damage and attack speed 15% or Splinter? I think Splinter is better. Big Shot, oh, Big Shot might actually be better. But I'm gonna do Splinter anyway, because it's fun. So the Mandela effect is a collective delusion, whereas the Berenstein Bears are real and exist in an alternate timeline where everything's better. What? I'm confused about how the Berenstein Bears go in. Wait, no. I've heard about this, but I don't remember how it has to do with anything. I don't know. Unfortunately, my cool facts information retention has kind of dropped off over the last couple of years. Just because there's so freaking much going on. There we go. So this is gonna hurt my fire rate, but it's a big damage bonus. I was hoping I'd be able to do more damage with the bats. I think the real answer is I should have been going for the death rounds a long time ago. That my flat damage just isn't quite good enough yet. I think it also does not help that I didn't bother going for fire damage. So the bears are an example of the Mandela effect. Wait, what? Okay. This is a really bad time for me to be getting a lesson on psychological phenomena. Oh! The real spelling is Berenstein, but most people swear it's Berenstain versus Berenstein. Oh! That's what you mean. Okay, got it. I thought I was being told that they weren't like an actual book franchise, and I'm like, how the hell would we cook up a delusion that strong? But no, it's the spelling that's the Mandela effect, which makes plenty of sense. I mean, not exactly in the same vein, but think of the Steam Deck versus the Stream Deck. Just in terms of the similarities between the spelling there, makes it hella confusing. I could absolutely see Berenstein versus Berenstain. Let's see. What do we grab? Armed and ready? Otherwise I could just do siege. Let's just do siege and stand still. There we go. I guess that wasn't even worth it. I think the other problem with the Berenstein Bears example is that I don't think most people have even... That's a new one. Having all the skulls fly out. I like that. Alright. So I have just enough runes to put one more into cadence. I should probably go back and start working on growth, though. Because if I can get growth maxed out, that's 20% more EXP just flat. And healing, which would be incredibly good on diamond. Okay, one way or another, this is absolutely the kind of thing that is not maybe the best for me to talk about while I'm streaming. Especially a roguelike, because I'm just going to get very distracted by what's going on. And possibly die. But I think it's also time for us to switch games. Because I love 20 Minutes to Dawn, but I've been playing a lot of it off camera. And so I don't want to play too much of it, otherwise I'm going to burn out bad. And it's time to play some Monster Sanctuary.